today we are going to be making these really fun charcoal snowmen. We're going to use white chalk and charcoal to shade it and make it look rounded and a little bit more dramatic and 3D and realistic. Okay, so when you get your paper, you're going to have the start of a circle like this, and you are also going to be drawing in pencil. Now I'm going to draw on Sharpie so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is draw the line right here for where the snow is going to be. Easy peasy. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is trace a couple more circles. Now I'm going to use two circles that are the same. Okay, when you look at this one, I didn't trace circles on this one, but you can see these two are about the same. Okay, if you want one that's going to be smaller on top, you can certainly get one that's smaller on the top. All right, so what we'll do next is lay our circle down, our lid, and trace it. And again, you're doing this in pencil. I'm going to do it in Sharpie. And then we're going to do the next one. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is add our hat on top. Okay, and I'm going to draw mine. So mine is done in Sharpie, so you'll be able to see that through there. But really, what we want to do is kind of overlap it a bit with a rectangle that's long and skinny like this, right? And then a rectangle that comes up like this. You want to make sure this rectangle is wide enough so that if it was on the head, it would actually be able to fit on there a little bit. But when you trace it, you don't want to trace this line going up into the hat. Okay, so now you guys are going to trace this in Sharpie, so you can hit pause, and this is all we're going to draw with our pencil and Sharpie. Go ahead and trace it and then come back to me when you're ready. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this white chalk and we're going to color in our snow. Now we just want a little bit of color, we don't want a lot, so I'm going to lay my chalk on its side like this, and I'm not pressing, I'm just moving the chalk back and forth. It gives me a nice even layer. Nice even, it's almost like a brush stroke, right? Okay, and then I'm going to take my finger. Notice I'm using my finger, not my hand. I'm using my finger, and I'm going to blend it a little bit. Now you guys are going to have art paper. This is just construction paper, and it's not even like really fancy good construction paper. So the art paper, as you can see, mine's not blending very well. The art paper will blend a little bit better. Okay, all right, so now that we've done that, that's just a ground layer for our snow. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to shade these in, but we're going to use the same technique to get just a little bit of color in there. We want just a little bit of color in our snowman. So I'm laying this piece of chalk down, and I'm just letting it put a little color, and then I'm blending it with my finger. I'm going to lay this piece of chalk down. It's okay if you get a little bit above or below, but try to stay in the lines. Don't be crazy with it. Notice I'm still just using this one finger. I'm not using my hand. I'm not being crazy with it. I'm making good choices, smart art choices. Okay, so now we're ready to come back and we're ready to do some shading. Okay, so we're going to do our highlights first since we already have our white out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. You could do the other side, and I'm going to do the white highlights on the snow. And what this is going to do is going to make it look like the sun or the light is shining on this side, right? Because anywhere the light is hitting, there will be a highlight. Okay, now you're going to take your charcoal, and charcoal is a very traditional art material. Mine, I have a bunch of these teeny weeny pieces. You guys will probably get a bigger piece, but they do break very easily. Don't break them on purpose, but they do break very easily. So you might end up with a tiny piece, and that's okay. So now I'm going to take and do the shadow, and then I'm going to take and blend with my finger. Okay, and then if I do a shadow there, I need to do a shadow here, right? And a little bit of a shadow here. So you're going to come up and do your shadows. Okay, so now it's looking really nice, isn't it? When you guys look at these, you can see there's 3 spheres all stacked up, okay? I'm gonna say let's go ahead and just color in our hat. We can come back and add a highlight to our hat if we want to, but the hat is black, so we want it to be dark. So I'm coloring it in with my charcoal very carefully, staying in the lines, and then I'm gonna take my finger and I'm very carefully going to blend it. Now, if you end up with a bunch of dust, I can see I've got a pile of dust right there. Very carefully take your paper and just kind of do that. Don't blow it, because if you blow it, it's gonna go up and into somebody else's face. Okay, we definitely don't want that. All right, so now we're ready for other details on our snowman. So for example, I'm gonna do a highlight on his hat in a couple of places. And we did say the sun was hitting over here, right? Okay. And then I'm gonna take this dark charcoal and I'm gonna give him some buttons. Buttons are easy, right? I'm gonna give him 3 that kind of go down the center right here. Okay, but you could come down a little bit lower. Now notice I've got my sleeves up, and when I'm drawing right here, I'm trying really hard not to drag my arm across here, okay? Now we're gonna give him a face. Now I'm gonna turn mine sideways so it makes it easier to reach right here without dragging here. So he needs, let's start with the triangle for a nose. If you need help with that, you can ask one of your teachers. Okay. 2 eyes. I'm gonna make the eyes big. You could give him closed eyes or cute eyes, whatever you want. Or her, could have eyelashes, right? Then I'm doing a little mouth like this. Okay, I'm gonna draw, our nose is not gonna be orange in this because it's just a black and white picture, but I'm gonna draw some lines in it to show that it's a carrot. All right. Now I'm gonna come down and I'm gonna give him a scarf. The dark section right here. Okay, see, I got something right there. So I'm gonna pick this up and very carefully do that. All right, so here's our scarf. And then I'm gonna give him a couple of little scarf ends like this. Draw a rectangle out and fill it in. We're doing the scarf dark with the charcoal because when we do the snow in the background, we don't want it to blend in. I have some more charcoal dust, so I'm gonna pick it up, tap it off. Okay, these are looking pretty good, aren't they? You guys are probably doing a great job with this. All right, the next step is to draw the arms. And those are just sticks. So you're gonna start with 2 sticks, wherever you want them. Okay, and then give them some little stick fingers at the end. Looking good, you guys. These are looking really good. All right, so we can add a shadow to the snow too over here. The shadow goes on the dark side like that. All right, so he looks like he's casting a shadow. Okay, time for the snow. You can do anything you want to for your snow. You can do little dots. You can do the X's with the lines in the middle, which is what I'm gonna do. But I'm also gonna do a combination. I'm gonna do some of these. You could even put little dots at the ends of each of these. Let's do some more. Okay, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do some wavy lines, or just like wind. And then I'm gonna come back and do some dots too. My sky is going to be full of snow. Oh my gosh, yes. I can't wait to see these. They're going to be so cute. All right. So that is our project for today. We did these really great little snowmen, and this is chalk and this is charcoal. We made them look rounded, like they had real spheres, and I'm really excited to see these. I can't wait. Your teacher is going to spray them for you, which is really stinky. So she's going to take them outside and spray them, and then you can take them home.